is paradoxically massive and minuscule. We live on a blue dot, a speck amidst our cosmic backdrop. Yet, over 7 billion people share this planet with us, making Earth the common center of our lives. While one might occasionally feel like a minnow in the Pacific Ocean, each person's life story matters. I'm Michael Tellini, and this is mine. I was born and raised in the city by the bay, San Francisco, California. Beneath the fog and between the Victorian houses, one can find my school and second home, Stuart Hall High School. Now a senior, I've been a student of the Sacred Heart for 13 years, first graduating from Stuart Hall for Boys before joining the community over on Octavia at the Hall. Both Stuart Hall for Boys and Stuart Hall High School are part of the Society of the Sacred Heart, currently including over 200 schools in over 40 countries around the globe. The society was founded in 1801 when St. Madeleine Sophie Barat, at the time just 21 years old, founded a school in Amiens, France, to educate young women. In 1818, St. Philippine Duchesne carried Barat's mission over the Atlantic to America, where she founded a school in St. Charles, Missouri. Guiding the network are the 5 goals, a set vision for how Sacred Heart education should be manifested. The 5 goals promote faith, intellect, service, community, and growth. They unite the Sacred Heart Network together, providing a foundation upon which each network school educates its students. The goals are encapsulated neatly in the Sacred Heart Goals Prayer, derived from the Stuart Hall High School prayer. Speaking of which, 199 years after the founding of the Society of the Sacred Heart, Stuart Hall High School was founded as the first all-boys Sacred Heart school for secondary education. Since 2000, the school has educated young men in San Francisco to be morally conscious members of society. One of the Sacred Heart goals that particularly resonates with me is Goal 2. Schools of the Sacred Heart commit themselves to educate to a deep respect for intellectual values. Since my freshman year, I've been pushed academically and intellectually by the community at the Hall, helping me to understand myself and the world. Specifically, class discussions in theology and English classes have provided me the space to learn from others' perspectives and to develop my own. My peers and teachers have taught me to think critically in accordance with the second criteria for Goal 2. The school provides a rigorous education that incorporates all forms of critical thinking and inspires a lifelong love of learning. However, it wasn't always this way. My freshman year, I spent countless hours playing games on my iPad in class and often watched Netflix late into the evenings. Sure, I was focused on school, but mostly for the grades and not necessarily for the sake of knowledge itself. Yet, each class in the English and theology departments gave me an opportunity to verbally explore ideas. Plato's Allegory of the Cave, Jay Gatsby, Victor Frankenstein, and Richard Rohr all informed my view of the world and myself, yielding a framework to build subsequent thought upon. I became more and more interested in my coursework, not for my report card's sake, but for the purpose of understanding. One class in particular, Junior Ethics, captivated my attention. The class covered a wide range of philosophies and examined their real-world applications. The Socratic method deployed by Mr. Campos enabled me to dig deep with my classmates for the hard answers, discussing weighty topics such as the meaning of life, morality, and mortality. I'd many times lay awake at night thinking about how the philosophy du jour affected my reality. In fact, the discussions that captivated me echoed William Byron's concept of the common good. According to Byron, the common good is understood as the social conditions that allow people to reach their full human potential and realize their human dignity. In discussions, all people are able to contribute their ideas placed on an equal platform, symbolized by the circular format we use for discussions that affirms the dignity of each participant. One example of a text we discussed was Plato's Republic. An excerpt stood out. In the world of knowledge, the idea of good appears last of all, and is seen only with an effort, and when seen is also inferred to be the universal author of all things beautiful and right. Plato's message rings clear. It takes willpower and perseverance to find goodness. Plato equates truth to good, centering his philosophy around a single universal source. Our class discussions enabled me to understand the Republic, able to begin crawling out of my own allegorical cave and towards the light of thinking and reasoning. Now a senior, I'm ready to leave the hall equipped with an enjoyment of learning. I've found that through discussion one can engage seemingly abstract concepts to think critically, understand the perspectives of others, and develop personal insight. I'm incredibly grateful to my classmates and teachers for shaping my experience with Goal 2, and I'll carry my love of ideas with me for the rest of my life.